Okay, so everyone's talking AI these days, right? I mean, you're probably using it too, maybe even for work. ChatGPT, I bet. That GPT-4, huh? Pretty impressive stuff. But things are changing fast. There's this new platform, DeepSeek.
DeepSeek, yeah.
And it's not just like another tool in the shed. It's kind of a whole different game.
Yeah, it's really shaking things up. Coming out of China, the whole AI landscape is kind of reeling, honestly.
I got to say, I've been messing around with it, and it is fast, like scary fast sometimes. And it's getting things right that ChatGPT, kind of fumbles on. But before we even get into all the geopolitical stuff surrounding this whole thing, can we just, what are we dealing with here? What are the basics?
Sure. I mean, at their core, both DeepSeek and ChatGPT, they're using neural networks. So those are basically those complex webs of algorithms that learn from, mountains of data, huge data sets. But it's the way they're built and trained, and even how you access them, that's where things get really interesting.
Okay, so ChatGPT, we know that, right? OpenAI. Launched back in 2022. We've got GPT 3.5, GPT-4, that's the engine under the hood.
Right. And it's really good at certain things. Creative writing, having these really complex conversations, translating languages. It's like the jack of all trades, And a lot of people, it's become a real workhorse in their daily routines. But it's closed source, and mostly you got to pay to play.
DeepSeek, though, this is the one that emerged in 2023 from China. And it is gaining traction in the West so quickly. What really strikes me is that the developers, they're not really being that open about the technical details. Are they just keeping their cards close to the chest here?
It's true. We don't know exactly how big their neural network is, for example, but they're definitely focused on speed and efficiency. That much is clear. DeepSeek really shines when you need precision, like math, or you need a really concise answer to something. It's also designed to really seamlessly integrate with local systems, which gives it a big advantage in certain markets.
And this is where this whole open source thing comes in, right? That's what's really setting DeepSeek apart.
Oh, absolutely. Imagine you're a researcher, a developer, anybody with an idea for how to use AI. With ChatGPT, you're stuck with whatever features OpenAI gives you. You hit that wall and you're done. But DeepSeek, the entire code, it's available. You can modify it, build on top of it, even distribute your own version. And for a tool this powerful, that is really unprecedented.
Okay, so that's exciting for the tech folks out there. But what about, the average person? Why should they care that DeepSeek is open source?
Yeah. Well, think about it like this. When something is closed source, you're at the mercy of one company, right? They set the rules. With DeepSeek, it shifts the power. It's not about what one company thinks you need. It's about what the entire community can create. And that's where it gets really interesting and maybe a little unnerving, to be honest. It's AI isn't stuck in some lab somewhere, right? It's not just with the tech giants anymore. It's out in the open. People are tinkering with it. They're improving it. They're specializing it. And that's kind of the whole potential of DeepSeek.
So instead of these walled gardens that are, totally controlled by a few big corporations, we've got a jungle, this wild jungle of AI just growing everywhere.
Yeah, I like that analogy. It really does get to the heart of what DeepSeek is doing. It's democratizing AI. But, it also raises a lot of big questions, like what happens when literally anybody can build and deploy AI this powerful? What are the risks there? How do we manage all of that?
Yeah, you said it could be unnerving. What's the scary side here? What's the downside of all this?
Well, you have to think about misuse, right? If anyone can get in there and mess with the code, that includes people who might, have bad intentions. So we could see a lot more AI-powered scams, deepfakes that are so real they could destabilize entire governments.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Autonomous weapons that are controlled by who knows?
Okay, yeah. Not exactly a comforting thought. So how do we balance that, all the amazing potential of this thing, but with all that risk? Is that even possible?
It's a huge challenge for sure. I mean, we need to be talking really seriously about ethical frameworks for this, about safeguards that we can build right into the AI itself. But the fact that DeepSeek is open source, that could actually give us an advantage.
Wait, really? I would think that open access would make it harder to control, not easier.
Think of it like a global immune system. If you've got more people looking at the code, right, more people scrutinizing it, there's a much better chance that you're going to catch those problems early on, before they become huge issues. It's like crowdsourced security, right? This entire community of developers all working together to make sure that DeepSeek is used responsibly.
So it's not just about governments trying to, regulate this from the top down. It's about actually building these ethical considerations into how these things work.
Yeah, exactly. And it means we need to change how we're thinking about this, not just for the developers, but for everyone, really. We can't just pretend that AI is, some magical black box that we don't understand. We have to start understanding how these systems work, what they're not good at, and what could happen when we use them, the potential consequences.
So DeepSeek is kind of forcing us to actually face these questions, isn't it? Like, get on. We can't just ignore it anymore because, this is powerful stuff and it's out there.
Okay. It is. It's a really pivotal moment, and it's happening way faster than most people realize. Just think about the impact it could have on entire industries. If any company anywhere can just build their own custom AI using DeepSeek, what does that mean for competition? What about people's jobs? The entire global economy even.
It's almost like, I know, we're standing here and the ground is about to totally break apart, like a massive earthquake, and we don't even know which way to run.
It is a little bit like that, yeah. But there's also this incredible sense of opportunity. Just imagine, what could happen if we actually do harness this power responsibly? We could see huge breakthroughs in medicine, education that is personalized for every kid, solutions to climate change that we can't even imagine right now.
So let me get this straight. It's kind of terrifying. It's definitely going to change the world, and it might hold the key to solving our biggest problems. Did I get all that?
You got it. And that's why DeepSeek is so much more than, just another AI platform. It's really holding a mirror up to us, to humanity, to all of our potential, both the good and the bad.
We've been talking a lot about how DeepSeek is challenging, the big names like ChatGPT. But how does that actually work in the real world? What does this whole open source revolution mean for all the companies that have built their business on charging people for AI?
Well, it's already happening. We're seeing the first signs of change. Some companies are really digging in on those closed systems, They're trying to focus on specialized features or, security, things that they think an open source model just can't do as well.
So they're going for the high-end market, the luxury AI experience compared to, DeepSeek over here for the masses.
Yeah, something like that. But then you've got other companies that are starting to realize, hey, this open source thing, this could be huge. They're kind of embracing it, They're seeing that even if they lose a little bit of control, being part of that bigger ecosystem, that could be the key to, just surviving, right? Staying relevant as things change so fast.
It's like that classic innovator's dilemma, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hold on to the old ways or jump into this crazy new thing and risk, blowing up your own business.
And the stakes are massive. We're not just talking about who makes the most money here, right? We're talking about who gets to decide what AI looks like in the future. Do we want a world where it's just a few companies controlling all the access? Or do we want a world where it's shared? It's evolving constantly, thanks to this whole global community.
And DeepSeek is kind of pushing us towards that second vision, whether we're ready or not, huh?
Yeah, it's a bold experiment, that's for sure, and nobody really knows what's going to happen. But that's what's so exciting about this. It's like a reminder that, technology doesn't just happen to us, right? We have a say. We make choices that shape the path this takes, and we make those choices individually, but also as a society.
So for our listeners out there who might be a little freaked out by all this, what's the one thing you'd want them to remember from all of this?
Don't be afraid to jump in, explore DeepSeek, try it out. It's free, it's ridiculously powerful, and it's like a sneak peek into this future where AI is everywhere, it's for everybody. But while you're doing that, stay informed. Don't just accept things blindly. Ask questions, demand transparency, and be part of the conversation about how we use this stuff.
So don't be a passive user.
Yeah.
Right? Be a participant. Know the risks, sure, but don't let that stop you from seeing the potential here. Sounds like DeepSeek is more than just a tool. It's almost like a challenge, a call to action.
Exactly. We can't just ignore this and hope it goes away. The only way forward is to get involved, to learn as much as we can, and to help guide this technology towards something that benefits everyone. I hope that's the deep dive our listeners take after they finish listening to this episode.